Hey, everybody. It says Kincade and Salciunas. I'm Kincade. This isn't Salciunas.
No?
No, you're Thomas.
Oh, hi.
It's Kincade and Thomas today. Glad to have you, Connor.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I love post-show headlines.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I
Do
watch
you
it
like and
yesterday.
subscribe?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You should too.
You should, yes. Everybody go on in. It's 5 questions, 2 minutes. We try to keep them roughly to that. Give you a little bit of extra stuff that maybe didn't make the show sheet. Connor sometimes determines what makes it, what doesn't. So this is stuff that didn't make today's show sheet. So we'll get into some of that. Connor, I want to ask you something. There's the Phillies are starting a series in Miami tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to the state. Have you?
I have not.
You've not. You love Miami. You'd love to go to Miami.
Probably.
No?
I'd like the weather. I'm more
That's
of a
like me.
low-key travel guy.
Okay,
but
low-key, okay.
Yeah.
So, but going to see the Phillies on the road, with the idea of going to see them play in a city where there's like no fans, where you could go and get like great seats, cheap, or buy cheap tickets and move down and see them from seats maybe you never get to sit in, would that appeal to you?
It would. Now, this may come across as a bit elitist, but in this profession, we get the opportunity at the bank to go places and have access to places that the average fan doesn't.
Correct.
So we do get the opportunity to, like, say, for example, be on the field for BP with a credential or something, or be in the locker room. So once you do that, it's kind of like even the nicest seat in the house is still like you've kind of seen all there is to see. But I do like the idea of going into a place where, I don't know, I like both. It depends on how important this series is. If it's, let's say, the Phillies really needed these games, I'd want it to be a packed house, whether it's on the road or at home. But if you were going to, like, I'm going to go up to New York, I'm going to watch them play the Yankees end of July.
Oh, you are? Okay.
That's going to be a huge series, a great matchup. I can't wait.
It's so funny, though. It's like I've been to 6 Phillies games this year, all in the press box.
Yeah.
And to me, the idea of going Saturday night, I'm going Saturday night with the family to sit in the stands. I'm so excited to just go sit in the stands and see them. But going to see a game in Miami, you could go buy a $10, $15 ticket and be sitting like 5 rows off the field.
Yeah, it's like the process part 2, which is the baseball version.
But we wouldn't have to cosplay like Andrew did.
No, that's true. We could just wear whatever.
Not doing that. What do you got? Question 2.
So we're going to save a baseball one. I got a baseball one about the Dodgers for later, but I have a sports question about my own experience.
Okay.
So right now, I'm currently playing Sunday softball.
Okay.
Sunday baseball.
Right.
Sunday kickball.
Jeez.
I'm starting a deck hockey league tonight.
Love that.
And last night in kickball, I realized something, right? So we were beating this team. We beat them 5-0. We shut them out in co-ed kickball.
Okay.
We play pegs. I like hit this guy in the back. I didn't like smoke him, but how competitive is too competitive? Like, do you ever catch yourself in certain settings? Because you can be a competitive person.
Oh, I'm pretty competitive.
How do you find that line of like having fun versus going too far?
Well, I don't get to, the funny thing is the only thing I'm really not competitive at is golf. Like, I don't care about beating someone in golf because I always look at it as me versus the course.
Yeah.
It's me versus my score or me versus that. When I played, when I was at your age and still playing, I played the soccer league. I played softball.
Yeah. I'm
trying to think of other play. Deck hockey. I love deck hockey. We used to have one in Newtown Square right near Old Bastards Golf Course. It was great. I would find myself being the guy who was too competitive.
Yeah, I've never been able to turn it off. And kickball, I'm kind of okay with because it's co-ed and it's kickball. But
you should not be too competitive in co-ed.
But at the same time, I don't like losing. We got shut out 2-0 the first week we played, and that was it. That flipped the switch. I'm like, never again. We're winning out.
And you throw people out with by hitting them with the ball.
You can play to the base or you can hit somebody. And
now you're hitting girls?
No.
Okay. So you don't hit the girls.
Fair game.
Okay, guys,
you gonna try and take an extra base on me? You're gonna wear some rubber to the back.
I think there's a line of competitiveness. Co-ed, cut it back with the ladies.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to take it easy.
Are guys there like meeting girls, or is it more?
I don't really
people
know
come
the
with their
dynamic.
friends groups.
I think it's
already.
Groups. Ours is definitely like my friends, girlfriends, and their
Okay.
friends. So it's just like everybody knows everybody. But
Somebody's
I don't know
already paired
what
off.
Yeah, I don't know what the dynamic is. I'm there to win, Johnny. I'm not there to meet.
I figured as much. Did you ever have a? Well, I want to ask you this one. If the Thunder win the title, As a Sixer fan who lived through the process, is it going to piss you off?
No, not really.
Why? Because I heard two different explanations from friends of mine on the golf course about why they're going to be pissed, and I had two different answers about why they would. Now you say that's not going to bother you that much.
No, because there's a point where you have to realize the difference in the system or the difference in the path that the Thunder took to get here. If you look at it as just they compiled draft picks and they drafted well and they win, and the Sixers compiled draft picks and they didn't draft well,
right?
They haven't won. I think that's simplifying the issue with everything that now the Sixers got remarkably unlucky. They also failed a lot.
Sure.
The Thunder still have the GM that instituted the rebuild.
Sure.
The Sixers had that taken away from them by the league, whether it was going to be completed or not. So in my heart of hearts, I wish the Sixers were where the Thunder are, but I have enough difference between where the Thunder have gone and where the Sixers were able to go that I can...
It's not going to really cost you either way.
And at the same time, too, the Thunder are a really respectable team.
I think so, too.
Like, they have fun players. They play a really awesome game. Like, they play hard defense. They do things like the right way that you don't see in the NBA a lot, where it's not just one star putting up 50 points a game and that's how they get there. So it's hard for me to root against the Thunder, even if they seem like the what-if version of the Sixers. Would you be mad if the Thunder win? I feel like you'd be a little upset.
I think it's going to be a little bother considering the crap we went through.
Yeah.
You guys lived it here. Mm-hmm. I lived the process for the most part away.
Right.
So it's a little different. But it annoyed the hell out of me. I hated the process.
Yeah.
So I was an anti-process person, so it annoyed me. But I don't know if Oklahoma City's going to... They could be good for a while.
They could be. This could be, the start of something.
This could be a problem.
But the East may look open.
Sure. Could be.
Speaking of conferences looking open or divisions or whatever you want to call it, the National League is about to get a little bit tougher. You know what happens tonight.
Sure they did.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
He's going to be the opener tonight, right?
Well, either way, Shohei Ohtani stepping on the mound.
So he's going to pitch 1 or 2 innings?
I'd imagine. Yeah, that's what it seems like the plan is. But I don't care. This is the start. This is the Death Star blowing up Alderaan in Star Wars. It's not the ultimate thing.
Was Alderaan a person?
No, it's a planet.
It's a planet.
Yeah, but it was the show of power to be like, yo, this thing works. It's operational.
Okay.
Showing that Shohei Ohtani is operational is saying the Dodgers Death Star once again works.
Isn't it also putting your greatest asset at risk, at serious risk? Because injuring your greatest asset opens the door for every other team in the National League.
You know what? I hadn't thought about it.
That's the way I look at it. I look at it as this is going to be a cute thing to do. It's eventually going to backfire on them.
Well, it's a risk. I don't know if I'd say it's a cute thing to do because if
because I think pitching is going to injure him.
Well, if Shohei ends up though, you get a year out of him where he's dicing the way that we know he can throw. That team becomes near unbeatable.
See, I think he's going to be the opener though. I don't think they're going to use him as a traditional pitcher. I think he's going to be out there and he's going to pitch a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
and he's going to be like he'll start the game. And then he'll turn it over to a bullpen.
They're definitely going to be careful with him, but I don't like the thoughts that go through my mind is, oh my God, the Dodgers just got better and they don't need to get better. But hey, we'll see how that plays out.
Their starting rotation's terrible. Right now.
They
so
need
injured. Hey, okay, final question. Did you ever have a food that traumatized you?
Yes.
Okay, now this is interesting because I've never thought of this as a topic. Mm-hmm. And I just had 2 different people in a matter of a week bring up the fact that a food traumatized them. And they can't even be in it. One of them cannot even be in its presence. And one of them cannot smell it.
Yeah.
I will tell you the 2 foods, but I want to hear yours.
So I may have told you this stuff before. I was on my brother's bachelor party down in North Carolina. And we didn't do anything like the first day. Like we missed our golf time because everyone's hungover. So we go out to the bar. And we're like, we just need something to get us out of the house, to give us something to feel like we're doing something. I get a pulled pork sandwich. I'm like, we're in North Carolina. We're in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, pulled pork.
Pulled pork, they know how to make it down there. I don't know what type of meat this was. I don't know how much they cooked it, but it wasn't very much. It was just, it looked closer to eel than pulled pork. And I threw up.
Was it more pinky
that night? Yeah.
Okay, well then that shouldn't have been
I'll show you a picture. And I got like halfway through it and I'm like, I'm just done. Like, I can't do this anymore. And from that moment forward, I don't eat pulled pork anymore. I'm just like, I can't. I don't know. It ruined it so much. It was that bad of a meal. So
Oh my
be careful
gosh.
in the Outer Banks of pulled pork.
I saw just a thing, a post from one of my friends about Brussels sprouts. That the smell of Brussels sprouts, that now 2 times in a row, after getting sick on Brussels sprouts, they now have gotten sick from the smell of Brussels sprouts.
That's tough.
The smell?
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody getting sick from the smell of it.
It's never happened to me.
That's well, you don't have smell. You can't smell anything like that.
But that's just even
but pulled
that
pork
much.
now gets you.
I'm not a picky eater, and you know what? If I trusted the place, like I could probably go back to it. But I get that.
Do you know what manwich is?
Yeah.
Okay. Manwich as a kid, I got sick once after eating manwich.
Yeah, it's the sloppy Joe John, right?
Yeah, the sloppy Joe stuff.
Yeah.
I cannot eat manwich.
I love
for the rest of my life, cannot eat manwich.
That's so up my alley. It's just like
I can't. No.
Manwich. It just sounds like it's made for
it does sound like it's
a guy in his 30s who lives alone who wants to just make himself a meal.
There's your spokesperson. If you need it, dumb guy, 30s, that's it. Spokesperson. TV dinners too.
Yeah.
Could work for you
love a
too.
good TV dinner.
Hey, like, subscribe. We love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning into post-show headlines here on Kincade and Salciunas. Thanks, Connor.
No problem, Johnny.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.